So, I found a box that was labeled commons. Ended up having a fair number of uncommons in it, too. Not a lot, but I have to wonder how the heck they got in there. Oh well. Stuff from all over the place. A couple of things I'll mention today is, number one, I have a hard time, because I'm sorting by block at this point, I have a really hard time with Mercadian masks, because I will frequently put Nemesis and Prophecy in a stack by themselves, and Masks in a stack by itself, because they just don't really follow each other very well. It's a very eclectic block that was all over the place, story-wise, flavor-wise. I mean, it starts off with Mercadian Masks, which follows the crew of the Weatherlight, when they hit whatever the hell they call the world that Mercadian Masks takes place in. Mercadia? I don't know. And then it goes to Nemesis, where they pick up what's going on with the back in the demi-plane of Wrath, with Urtai and Grevin and Krovix. And then there's Prophecy, which deals with the Keldon invasion of Jumara, I believe it was. And it's all over the place. It really is. That, and from a game mechanics perspective, well, not from a cards perspective, I think Nemesis was the strongest of them, of the sets, and Masks the weakest. I don't know. So that's one thing. That, and of course, you come across cards that you don't really expect to see reprinted, like Blessed Wine. It's Ice Age. I think it's a common. I think it's like a life gain or damage prevention and draw card. It's not even a lot of life that's or damage we're talking about either. It's like 1 point, I think. But just for the alcohol reference, I don't think we're ever going to see it again. So like I don't think we're ever going to see the original Tempest flavor text on Eladamri's Vineyard ever again. The mushroom wine made Gerard's head spin and his stomach followed suit. I don't think we're going to see. I don't think we're going to see alcohol references again in the game. The market's too youth dominated. I mean, because when they first came out with the game, the idea that Richard Garfield, Wizard of the Coast, had is that this would be a game played by like late teens, college age kids. And or even people slightly older than that, and they'd buy the game, and it would be something they'd play for a few minutes while waiting for everyone to show up to play D&D. Lo and behold, the game ended up taking on a significantly bigger life than that. But hey, things happen. The game ended up being much more successful than they ever imagined it could have been. Wizard of the Coast was this rinky-dink little game publisher out in Seattle, and out in Washington State somewhere, and look at them today. They're a multi-million-dollar corporation, and they're a subsidy of Rhode Island-based Hasbro. Another thing I came across today, and you can't really tell, that this is looks like a Chronicles Gazban Ogre, but the ink looks way too dark, and the feel of the card is a little bit off. I don't know how to explain it, and I'm not sure if I should think of this as I mean, in some ways it looks pretty genuine, in other ways it doesn't. So I don't know if it's a counterfeit card or if it's a decent counterfeit by the quality of the paper overall, but the print quality is off. But I know misprinting happens, and who the hell would counterfeit a Gazban Ogre? Really? Maybe it's a test card, I don't know. But I don't know what to make of it. I really don't. I mean, simply on account of the fact, why would you fake a Gosbon Ogre? I've heard stories of like some guy I used to know making counterfeit Shivan dragons and selling them to people way back when Shivan was actually kind of sort of worth something and wasn't like $1 rare. But hey, what can you do? That, of course, it's also just rumor and whatnot. But like I said, this kind of boggles me a little bit. Oh well. I've got crap to do this afternoon and evening and such. It's Friday. If you have a friendly local game seller, go out, support them, play some Friday Night Magic, or just get your friends together and play Magic on a Friday night. Who cares? You're a bunch of geeks. You don't have anything better to do. Don't lie to yourselves and say you're going to go clubbing. You're going to hang out with a bunch of geeks in a room somewhere, and it's going to smell funny because you're all geeks and you have geek smell, and you're going to play cards. Maybe even a game of Dungeons and Dragons will break out. You never know. Alright. Have a good night, guys.